Oh man, life is hard. But yeah, I know. Why is life so hard? Why does it have to be so hard? I do everything in my power and nothing works. Believe it or not, I've been doing this story for about 7 years. Maybe 6. Because I started when I was 12. Started running every day. And I thought that would make a difference. And where am I now? Not much further, really. Still kind of got zero in the bank. Fine, I've got a job, but now my father wants to unplug the LAN cable. I told him, don't consider me your son. Every time I want to do anything, you get in my way. I needed a loan to buy the stock when the customer placed an order and you weren't there. I got a job and needed to work American hours and you weren't there. And these people put a block, an obstacle. There's a famous biblical verse and it says, do not put a stumbling block in front of the blind. Now I can even assume that you, of course not in the literal sense, but figuratively might be blind. If you don't have any money, no income really. If you have a normal physique, or you're not gymming every day, you're kind of like blind because you don't know where to go. You don't know how to get really wealthy, how to make a lot of cash, or you don't know how to train properly. And even me, I don't really know those things. I maybe know a few steps more than you, right? That's why I'm sharing what I know. I'm one step ahead of you. You can quickly come to where I am, and then we work together, and then we attack and to go to the next level. But life's really hard. And I find that a lot of people are actually trying to put a stumbling block in front of me when I'm blind. I'm doing you got to understand. And I think that you do because you're a legend if you're listening to me and you follow me. I hope that you and I can relate. Do you feel like life is like that hard? No matter what you do. For example, I make the YouTube videos. And then people say, is this satire? Are you making jokes? Or they tell me that I'm a mini version of whatever. I don't know. But they're trying to detract. And I'm doing everything in my power. Those people don't even have one video on YouTube. I've made 400. Okay. Or people will tell me how to eat. There's this one chick who's telling me, I joined this new diet and now I'm doing these amazing things and I don't eat tuna fish, I only eat salmon. Please leave me alone. Okay, you've never gone to the gym and lifted up weights once. Leave me alone. You know nothing. These people try to tell me how to live my life and you don't understand. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It's called unsolicited advice. Unsolicited advice. And the people think that they know better. And unfortunately, my parents fall into it. My mom told me, I think you should make this video, and I think you should make this video. I said, perfect. Please tell me what videos to make, but go make one yourself. Just one. Just go make one video, and then I'll listen to you what videos to make. Or she says, you're not getting the right job. You work American hours. That's a bad idea. But I'll say, okay, fine. I'll listen to you, but please can you go get a job? In the kindest way possible. I mean, these people... it's rude, okay? It's actually rude. There's a guy I know who owns a property business. Now imagine I told him, why don't you go get a property here and not there? And why don't you go do it on auction instead of buying it outright cash? And why don't you go get a loan? And why don't you do this and that? Like I'm the expert. No. I listen to him. I say, I know nothing about property. I mean, where do I start? Is it a good idea to do it on auction? What if you buy it and then you fix it up? Can you get an extra loan and then use that loan to buy another one? I ask him questions. I don't tell him what to do. Difference. My mom tells me what to do. She doesn't ask questions. Rude. Obviously, when she's my mother, so I need to respect her. But at the same way, she's putting a stumbling block in front of the blind. And people will mislead you. Now that's why you got to cut them out. Cut. Billionaire owns a transport company said to me. I said, look, so I'm outputting so much. Videos, products, getting a job, Why am I not getting a result? Why am I not as wealthy as you, for example? And he said, the single most important lesson in business is you got to cut. If something's not working, get away. And that stands for everything. Obviously try it, to a certain extent you've got to put in an effort, but you also need to cut it. And there are a lot of people who unfortunately need to cut. And in my life, these people are, for example, my mum, unfortunately. My father, who wants to unplug the Wi-Fi when I'm working American hours on a call center, earning $3 an hour. He wants to unplug the Wi-Fi so that I can't earn any money. These are people who, and it's very sad to say, because sometimes they're your family, direct family, your parents, your grandparents, your cousins, okay, your closest friends, your colleagues, people who live in your neighborhood, people part of your religious communities. All of these people, sometimes you need to cut them all out. It's very sad to say. It's very, very, very sad to say, because they are close to you. But sometimes listening to them is going to mislead you, and it's going to take away and sap away all your energy. That's the benefit of these videos, because you can see I'm doing everything, and I know that you are following me, which means that you're on the right track, and you and I work together, and we power each other up. There used to be this game where you had a little dock. It would light up and you put your action figures on. And when you put the action figures on the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, it did this whole thing where it was powering up. My YouTube channel is like a dock. You can come in here and you can charge like a rechargeable battery. And then you can go out and fight the enemies and cut out all these people. But sometimes life is hard because you have the wrong people. And they're trying to give you advice and trying to tell you do this and do that. Meanwhile, they've never tried it and then they're rude. So sometimes you have to cut out those people. It's very, very sad to say that it can sometimes, but the thing is, how do you do that? Well, step one, in my opinion, I found the hardest thing to be able to get your freedom back is money. You need to have cash. Unfortunately, that's why I'm so big on cash. Because I know that if I had a lot of cash, if I have $2,000 now, I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to go rent my own property and do my own things. Because I know that I need, I need that for my own sanity and my own freedom. So you've got to figure out how to get money. Now, how do you do that? You've got to get a job. And it's going to be very, very hard because people are going to work against you. They're going to unplug your LAN cables. They're going to take away your computers. They're going to turn off the electricity. They're going to do all these terrible things. And that's why life can be very, very hard. Now, imagine you got rid of that person. Somehow, you did whatever you can. Fine, you're now renting your property. It costs you money. But you've gotten rid of someone who made your life hard. So your life's instantly easier. Now, imagine if you could have someone who makes your life easier, not harder. And these people who make your life harder are idiots. And they don't want to succeed. Okay, maybe they might be successful, but they in and of themselves are scared of you. These people who try to make my life hard are idiots. Because they try to make my life hard because they know how far I'm going to go, how determined. You know what it's like? Have you ever seen a horse? You know there's the horse races, and they stand behind this kind of bar, and then that bar gets lifted and then the horses charge out. What the kind of thing is that I'm kind of like this war horse, and I'm standing ready to run in the race, and I'm getting angry, and I'm getting antsy, and I'm ready. Imagine yourself as a horse. You're behind the bar, and then the bar doesn't get open, and you can't move, but because you're so determined as a horse, and then the top breaks off, and then you kick again, and the bottom breaks off, and you're getting out, and then the person just trying to put another bar in front of you, and another bar, and you're dodging the bar, and they put another bar, and dodging the bar, and then they chuck splinters at you, and you chuck the splinters, and you dodge, and you jump as a horse, and then eventually you get to the finish line. That's me. I'm that horse, and I'm pretty sure that you're that horse. You're trying to go, but people are trying to attack you and stop you, and you got to cut them out. The person who's trying to put a bar in front of you as a horse running, you must cut them out. Dodge them and get away from them as quickly as you can. It's a lot of information. But that's why life is hard. And if you were wondering why it's so much freaking hard, I don't know. But all I can say is I'm really in this challenge with you. And I'm doing everything. The first thing I did was I got a job. That's going to help a lot. It's really going to help a lot. But then you might need to be on your own. And I'll let you know how that goes. Once I've left home and I'm on my own, we'll see how that goes. But that's step number 2. Step number 1, got a job. Step number 1.1 is cut out people who are not helping me. Step number 2, leave, and then build from there. But I just want to thank you, everyone there. I know you're on the other side. And I know life can get hard. Keep on going, don't give up. Recurrent theme everywhere. And be like a horse. Charge, charge, charge. And don't let that bar stop you, okay? Cool! I think you understand.